Now at this point, you hopefully have a good idea of what type of games I'd like to play. Be it platformers, fighting games, third-person action adventures, or some form of RPG, these are the type of genres I usually like to play. This next game, whilst maintaining similar themes and genres to the previous games that I play, has a distinctly different format. And that's all because this is the first MetroidVania game that I ever played. Ironically, it was neither Castlevania nor Metroid. It was an Xbox Live Arcade game called Shadow Complex. No surprise as to why this game immediately clicked with me. Its modern day sci-fi setting immediately caught my attention, and its unique playstyle was enough to get me to lock in. Now I know many of you will know what a Metroidvania style game is, but I'll give a Cliff Notes breakdown for those of you who have no clue what I'm saying. These types of games are non-linear action platformers that have a reliance on exploration of the map that you're placed in. While exploring, the player will often be met with a roadblock in the form of a boss or a locked off area that needs a specific power up or item. The player will then need to either continue exploring or backtrack to a previous area to obtain the power up to get through the roadblock. This subgenre coined the name MetroidVanias because of the games mentioned previously and were popularized by reviewers in the early 2000s. That brief tangent was necessary to explain what the core gameplay of Shadow Complex is. The protagonist, Jason, and his girl get lost on a trip to the woods where she gets captured. And Jason, who just happens to have military training, goes after her and finds himself in this extensive Shadow Complex. Hence the name. Now, because the complex is so fortified and has a bunch of defenses that normal people cannot get through, Jason needs to up his arsenal and get some gear to save his girl and figure out what the hell's even going on in the first place. The gameplay was really fun, and its format as a 2.5D side scroller was really interesting as it had you shooting into the background for certain sections. Hunting down the extra collectibles was not only fun, but it meant I could see Jason reach his final form and become an unstoppable powerhouse that destroys everything in his wake. The weapons felt great to use, and the pace of which you get the upgrades felt really good as well. From being able to have jumps that would make some NBA players jealous to being able to run so fast that you could run on water. The game length isn't really long, this being an indie game, so the game never really outstayed its welcome, and the plot had enough moments to keep me interested and enough set pieces to keep me hooked. I already liked 2D side scrollers, but this game made me love 2D side scrollers and action platformers going forward. It meant I was always on the lookout for games like Katana Zero, Mark of the Ninja, Super Meat Boy, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, and a bunch of other games that share a similar style. And as for the original games, I will get into Metroid at some point. Maybe even share my experiences with it as well. But yeah, if you haven't played Shadow Complex, please go and check it out. It's been remastered, so it's very easily accessible, and I highly recommend it.